guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Marina for those of you who don't know me, and this is my YouTube channel. So today for my first vlog we're going to be doing a basic eyebrow tutorial. So what I use for my eyebrows, I use a gel because I like the consistency of the gel. I like how it gives me more of a tail. I don't have too much of a tail. So if you have a tail like mine or eyebrows like mine where you don't have no tail, a gel is the best way to go. Now if you have a fuller brow, nice, thick, or even thin, full brow, I prefer a powder, and that way you're not putting too much product. It doesn't look too dark and it looks more natural. But for me and for today's vlog, we are going to go ahead and use a gel. So the gel that I use is the Milani Stay Put Brow Color. It's shade 04 brunette, and it looks like this. So it's Milani. Little container. It contains a number. It's backwards, but has a number. And I use a basic angled brush to do it, and I use, well, this one doesn't have a name, but I got it from Sephora. It doesn't have a number, but see, it's a basic angled brush. I've had this brush for forever. So it's just a basic brush, and then it comes with the spoolie. And so first things first, always moisturize your face first. You can use any moisturizer. I have combination skin, so I basically just use a hydrating moisturizer around my cheek areas here and around my jawline. And then I use just a basic lotion around my T-zone because that's where I'm most oily. So first things first, what I do, I brush out my brows in the shape that they are. And yes, both my eyebrows be looking funky. One has like an arch, this one just goes like straight. I blame my parents for my messed up brows. Alright, the next thing I do, obviously, is apply the product to my brush. Always wipe the excess off. So you don't want to put too much product or have too little. So what I do, I just wipe the sides. That way all the product lands in the middle of the brush. And then the first thing I do is I outline my bottom all the way. Now if you don't know where to stop for your tail, go ahead and take your brush or a toothpick or anything that you can use to measure, and you take it from the bottom tip of your nose to your natural waterline here, right here. So you take that and you line it up, and that's where your eyebrow should end, right about there. So after you measure that, you could keep applying. And then I just kind of like raise them up. And I just fill in this little end here, all the way to the middle of the arch. Then the next thing I do, obviously, do the top. So I don't go all the way over here because I want it to be like that ombre look. I want it to be lighter here and then darker here. So what I do is I take it from about there, and then I just follow the shape that I have, the weird shape that I have, and just do little strokes, little strokes. Get more product. I'll start filling in. And to kind of see like where my arch goes, I make like an angry face. And then I follow that. Some people are always like, don't do that, you're gonna mess up your brows, it's not gonna make the shape. I know what I'm doing, I know what works for me. If that doesn't really work for you, you don't have to do it. Find your own techniques, find what works for you. This, for some reason, works for me. I don't know. May not work for you, but it can work for some of y'all. All the way down. And I take just a little bit more. Right in there. I like my tail to be very, very dark because like I said, I don't have a tail. And the best thing about not having a tail is I can make it thicker, I can make it as thin as I want, and can't really tell. There's no difference. And then I just brush it in. Not too hard, very gently, because if you brush too hard, you're going to take off the product and it's going to smear, and you don't want it to smear. Try to keep it as clean as possible for your best work. Don't mind my hair, y'all, I'm just waking up. Okay. Before, I used to do my eyebrows super thick. They look like the Hollister sign. Well, the Hollister clothing sign. Now, for my other brow, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to measure your brow. If you don't really have a shape and your eyebrows are kind of funky, I'm going to show you how to measure your brow so you can get your arch and your tail correct. So, basically, where your eyebrow should start is you take your nose and your water line, or your water duct, and you line it up. That's where your eyebrow should begin. Next, you take it from your nose, from the middle of your eye, your pupil, line that up, and that's where your arch should be. So you can make like a little mark, or just if you have a photogenic memory, whatever works for you. And then like I said before, you take the end of your nose and your natural water line, and that's where your tail should end. Pretty simple. Very basic, pretty simple. So now following that, put some more product, wipe the excess off on the sides, and then let's get rocking. Sometimes I'll have a little bit more product on my brush from doing this side, so I'll just kind of go with it. Don't always have to dip back in. If you have a lot of product on your brush, just use it. So again, I'm not going all the way from the front. I want that nice ombre blended look. I want it lighter in the front, so I'm taking it from the darkest point of my brow and just dragging it out. And I'm going to make my arch and follow through. This side is like a little bit harder for me because like I said, this side just goes straight, so I have to do more work with it. And that's always fine. If you have one of those weird eyebrows that needs more work, give them more work, and then pretty soon, once you find what works for you, it'll come fast. Sometimes this side will come out a little bit thicker too, but that's why we have concealer, to always fix it. Conceal, don't feel, and don't let it show. Yes, I just quoted Frozen. And to make sure they're even, I make that mad face again, and I look where my arches should be. I look for my tail. I like turn to the side to see if it's the same length, if it's the same thinness or thickness. I don't even know if thinness is a word, but oh well, we'll just go with it. Put more product. We'll make it a little bit darker. And now I don't have a specific way to hold the brush. I just kind of just go with it, I guess you can say. You'll find what works for you, really. And it'll just come to you naturally once you start getting the hang of it. And then it'll be like, I'm a pro at this. And then you'll be thinking like, why did I even watch YouTube videos? This is so easy. When sometimes it actually really isn't. Me and my eyebrows have been through a lot. We had the Chola brow, we had the Hollister clothing sign brow, we had no brow, we had all them brows. The box brow, the squared brow, don't even know what to call it. I had it all. I've been through it. Me and my eyebrows have been through it. Been through a lot. And it's okay to always keep brushing. You always want it to have a nice blend. Okay, now for the concealer, don't judge me, y'all, I'm running out. But I don't even know what concealer is this from. My mom bought it so she can cover up her tattoos for work. But it's the Pop Feel Professional Makeup HD Concealer. And it looks like this. I'll find out where she got it from, guys. Don't even trip. I'll put it in the description below. And then I just use like a basic concealer brush. If I can find it. My thing is like a hot mess right now. So this is the Max Coverage Concealer Brush. And I think it's from Bare Minerals. And so basically what I do to get like a really fine line, because I like my eyebrows thin, I feel like my eyebrows look better thinner. I just kind of go like this with the tip. You can do it with your fingers, you can do it with a towel, but one, it removes excess from the brush, and two, it gives it that very flat surface for you to use to get in those fine areas. So now, I don't like putting makeup on my hands. I just don't like being dirty. So what I do is I just squeeze the tip a little bit, get a little bit of product on there, just like that. Like that. I don't know if you can see because it's so white. And then I tap all around. I get it all around on the brush. Wipe a little bit of it off because we don't want too much. You don't want to wipe off your whole brow. And then I kind of just raise them up and then follow through. So I don't go too close in. I kind of just draw it out first. And then I keep bringing it in. And now if you get it on your brow, it's okay. That's why you have product to reapply, and then you add more. That's it. It's so simple. There's no way wrong. So what I do is I kind of bring the concealer forward as well, because I use this to like highlight after, but I just barely clean up right here. Very little. Like I said, I'm going for that ombre look. Lighter to darker. So I kind of just shape it, and then that'll help me for when I do my top. I clean both bottom and top. I don't know, it looks better to me. If you feel like your top is fine, leave it. If not, and you feel like you need to clean it up a little bit, that's perfectly fine too. So you see how you can tell there's the concealer, and then that's my skin. I keep going back over and over until I see no skin mark. Skin, not skid, skin. Better not be having no skin marks. And I kind of just follow. Then I'll put a little bit more concealer for the top. And then same thing for the top. I go very far away from it first. Draw it out, draw it out, draw it out. And then I keep going, I go lower with it. I think I went too high for that. Oh well. But when I do the front part, I go down at a diagonal. And then I get closer here. And I like the arch around it. I don't like a square arch. I don't like my eyebrows very boxy, except in this area here. So just gently, just work. So your eyebrow also looks very different up close than it does far away. So you can just take a step back and look at it. I do this too, like I said. I can still see some skin. They'll look very weird for a while until you put on your makeup, like your foundation and everything else. Well, at least to me, it looks very weird. I'll kind of do that too to make sure the line is straight. And it's always better to do your eyebrows with a clean canvas. And when I say clean canvas, I mean, sorry, my leg is falling asleep. I mean, your eyebrows are done. Like, you don't have no little hairs, nothing. Your eyebrows are clean. It always comes out way better looking like that. So if you need to pluck them a little bit because they look in a little hurry, it's perfectly fine. And now if you don't have time and you're just like, oh my god, I gotta get my eyebrows done, gotta go to work or wherever you're going, to that party or to that cute boy's house, this concealer covers them up so well. Again, I'll find out where this is from, the website, or if you can purchase it from a store, and go ahead and put that in the description below. So when I feel like I'm done, I'll go ahead and comb it. Because like I said, it's okay if you get a little bit of concealer. You could always brush it out, and if it completely wiped it off, just put on a little bit more product. And so if you feel like you took off too much from your arch, from it being either too thin or too thick and you made it like look a little funky, it's perfectly fine. Just go ahead and reapply. So that's what we're gonna go do right now. Make a little bit of the areas darker. Oh my god, my foot's asleep, guys. It doesn't want to move. Okay. You just follow. And that's pretty much it. You can always go back in again. Make sure it's all smoothed out. You don't want no clumpiness, because once you go and you put on your foundation, it's gonna look totally cakey, totally just cakey, and you don't want cakiness. Re-clean it. And if I get concealer over here, I'll just do it with my eye. And I like to blend it with my finger. I don't really do anything special. I just kind of like flick it. And it'll let me see my eyebrow a little bit better too. See what I need to fix. So just kind of just blend it in there. And it helps to reduce like the cakiness once you put your foundation on. And that's the basic tutorial. I'm gonna do the other eyebrow off camera and put on my foundation and everything, and then we'll see what the final result is. Alright guys, this is the final look. Both eyebrows are done. Just a little bit of mascara, nothing too crazy. So yeah, go ahead and comment down below. Give me your feedback. This is my first video, so I would like to know what I can change, if I can explain something more better, lighting, anything. Please comment your feedback. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell button so you can never miss a video. I will be uploading every Friday. So comment what you would like to see next, and if you have any beauty questions about your skin, even about hair, what type of makeup you should use, how to swatch your foundation, you know, go ahead and comment and I'll try to reply to every comment. So yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.